Morning, Your Honor. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak with you, albeit virtually, and allowing me to assist the court in understanding why utilizing this evidence is not only important to this case, but future cases involving potential arson. As you have seen during the presentation of our evidence, our department responded to the incident on 614 Mays Street. Our initial entry company encountered heavy smoke conditions on arrival, forced open a door, and began our fire suppression tactics. The bulk of the fire was first encountered around the TV in the living room. The firefighters on the scene made quick work of this incident, and luckily, we did not have any life safety issues per the residents, who showed up during our suppression activities and notified crews that everyone was accounted for. Our standard operating procedures are for the fire investigator, me, to be notified once the initial suppression has taken place. This usually occurs during our overhaul period, which is when companies have the bulk of the fire contained, and we are searching for hidden fire and potential hazards that may be mitigated. I was notified of this fire and was responding when our companies received another report of a fire with children trapped down the street from the incident on Mays. It is our job to save lives and property. The firefighters on the scene made the correct decision to leave the incident on Mays and try to go save the lives of the trapped children down in the fire. In no way should they have delayed response to that incident just so they could hold the scene for me and my investigation staff. On my arrival and during my subsequent investigation, I found numerous red flags that would lead me to believe this incident was caused by arson. There are multiple avenues that may lead us down this path, but I would like to focus on one, which is commonly called and quoted in NFPA 921 as a pour pattern. Your Honor, I'd like to submit these photos from similar fire scenes that show the difference between an accidental fire and a known arson pour pattern. The first photo shows a defined pattern on the floor that is proven to be flammable liquid poured in a manner to start a fire. The second photo shows an accidental fire. And is proven to be as an accidental fire on our investigation. Please note that there is little or no damage to the floor, as with many room and content fires, and also the charring directly behind, not below, the electrical equipment that causes fire. The second picture also shows an accidental electrical fire from a similar television as we found on Mays, and how the burn pattern begins at, not below, the television. Please note the lack of charring on this floor. The incident at 614 Mays showed a defined pour pattern, and I believe this evidence is unmistakable. Your Honor, I understand that the defendant is concerned with what he calls a violation of his Fourth Amendment rights. The defense argues that the short amount of time between suppression activities and my arrival on the scene required a search warrant of the premises. The Supreme Court had upheld a similar investigation in the manner of Michigan versus Tyler. Obviously, exigent circumstances allowed us to enter a home without a warrant to perform emergency actions. However, the case of Michigan versus Tyler clearly upheld that an investigation is allowed as a continuation of initial operations. And moreover, this investigation occurred 4 hours after initial suppression crews left the scene. Our incident on Mays occurred within minutes of our companies leaving the scene and responding to a life and death situation, more than a reasonable amount of time to investigate an incident. Your Honor, I submit that the evidence collected at 614 Mays be accepted as per the Supreme Court's decision for reasonable time between suppression and investigation. Arson fires put many lives in danger. Imagine if the Mays fire was not contained prior to the alarm down the street with children trapped. Children may have died due to a potential arson case down the street that had nothing to do with them. Also, our firefighters understand the risks of the job and rely on us as investigators to get arsonists off the street. Arsonists that are blatantly putting our firefighters and families' lives in danger. Thank you for your time.